Welcome to PBS 39 Scholastic Scrimmage. Scholastic Scrimmage is brought to you by the members of PBS 39 and by
Scholastic Scrimmage is sponsored by St. Luke's University Health Network, the region's leading provider of medical education. For more than 100 years, St. Luke's has been dedicated to educating physicians, nurses, and healthcare professionals. To learn more, call St. Luke's InfoLink, toll free at 866 St. Luke's, or visit sluhn.org.
Support for PBS 39's educational programming is provided by the Deluxe Corporation Foundation, proud to support quality programming on PBS 39.
And now your host, Dr. Karen Walton, Provost DeSales University.
Welcome to Scholastic Scrimmage. This is the 10th contest of the 2016-2017 academic year. It's also the 43rd year that PBS 39 has brought you this academic competition. I'm Karen Walton, and I'm delighted to be your host. From now until May, the best and brightest students from 30 schools will compete for the honor of being the Scholastic Scrimmage champions. At the end of the season, the two final teams will win scholarships for their schools from the Air Products Foundation. Let's meet the team from Bangor High School.
Hi, my name is Corinthia Banks, and I'm a junior.
Hi, I'm Eric Bellis, and I'm a senior.
Hi, I'm Madison Collins, and I'm a senior.
I'm Brian Gabarski, and I'm also a senior.
Bangor's coach is Kara Derry. And now the team from Parkland High School.
My name is Sahil Naganti, and I'm a sophomore.
Hi, I'm Jerry Law, and I'm a senior.
Hi, I'm Yogeshwar Valinkar, and I'm a senior.
Hi, I'm Brittany Gelb, and I'm a senior.
Parkland's coach is Alice Steinbaugh. The judges for today's contest are Sally Campbell, retired English teacher, and Dr. Gary DeLeo, professor of physics at Lehigh University. Remember that the questions on Scholastic Scrimmage demand rapid recall of factual information and are not necessarily indicative of academic training. We understand the rules, so let's begin the contest with a toss-up in biology, multiple choice. A grove of aspen trees is unusual because A, they are able to interbreed with other species of trees. B, they are actually part of a single organism. Parkland?
B, they are actually part of a single organism.
B is correct, and your bonus. Offspring that are genetically identical to their parents are called what? Jerry?
Clones?
Yes. Grammar. Study the sentence on the monitor and correct the grammatical error. Bush, who campaigned for Specter, said earlier this year that he looked forward to him being chairman. Parkland?
The quotation marks should be over, look forward to him being chairman.
It will go over to Bangor. Bangor?
There should not be a him being chairman.
Correct the grammatical error. Oh. Would you like to do that, Brian? Explain, correct?
Oh, there should not be a him after
What
him.
should there be?
Nothing.
It will, would you like them to explain more, Mrs. Campbell? It's done, all right. You have to change him to his, because it is modifying a noun, being. Next toss-up is in mathematics, paper, and pencil. A car travels 30 miles at an average speed of 60 miles per hour, and then 30 miles at an average speed of 30 miles per hour. What is the average speed of the car over the 60 miles? Parkland?
40 miles per hour.
Correct. Bonus. The mean weight of 5 boulders is 25 pounds. Adding another boulder increases the mean weight to 26 pounds. What is the weight of the 6th boulder? Jerry?
31 pounds.
Correct. Toss up in physics. If an object moves in a circle at a constant speed, what is the direction of the acceleration? Parkland?
Towards the center.
Of the circle is correct, and your bonus. What is the scientific symbol for the velocity of light in a vacuum? Jerry?
C.
Correct. Toss up in U.S. history. This quote refers to which president? In 1892, he captured the White House he had lost 4 years earlier to Parkland?
Grover Cleveland.
And your bonus? Multiple choice. Which one of the following U.S. presidents received more than 50% of the popular vote when elected? 1, Woodrow Wilson. 2, James Garfield. 3, John F. Kennedy. Or 4, Dwight D. Eisenhower. Jerry?
Garfield.
It was Eisenhower. Toss up in mathematics, paper and pencil. On a floor plan, 1/4 inch represents 1 foot. If a room diagram is 3 inches by 4 inches, what is the actual area? Parkland?
192 square feet.
Correct. Bonus. What is the shortest distance from the center of a cube to the base of the cube if the volume of the cube is 27 cubic inches? Jerry?
1.5 inches.
Yes. We're literature. The New Testament provides insights into the lives and professions of the apostles. Which apostle was a physician? Parkland?
Luke.
Correct, and your bonus. According to the New Testament, what was Matthew's profession? Jerry?
He was a fisherman.
He was a tax collector. Toss up in chemistry. Multiple choice. Which of these is the correct equation of state for an ideal gas? Parkland?
C.
C is correct. Your bonus is this. What happens to the temperature when compressed gas is allowed to escape from a container? Jerry?
It decreases.
Yes. World geography. The port of Rotterdam is built on the delta of which major European river? Parkland.
The Rhine.
Correct. The Rhine River passes through 6 countries and 1 principality in its 820-mile stretch. 3 of those countries have borders that are the Rhine River. Name one of these 3 countries. Jerry?
Germany.
Is correct. France and Switzerland are the other 2. Toss up in world history. What group elects a Roman Catholic Pope and advises Parkland?
The Cardinals.
The College of Cardinals is correct. And your bonus, for 5 points each, what are the 2 predominant colors of the national and state flags of Vatican City, as well as of the papal flag? Jerry?
Yellow and white.
Yes. British literature. Charles Dickens made wonderful use of names for his heroes and villains. Mr. Murdstone is a character in what well-known Dickens novel? Parkland?
Oliver Twist.
Banger? Madison?
Great Expectations.
David Copperfield. Toss up in biology, multiple choice. Which of the following nitrogen-containing bases is not found in DNA? 1, adenine. Parkland?
Uracil.
You did not need the choices. Bonus. Pictured on the monitor is a strand of DNA in the process of replicating. Give the sequence of the complementary strand to the one shown here. Jerry?
ATAGTC
is correct. Algebra. A rectangular room has floor space of 2x squared plus 3x plus 1 square feet. If the width of the room is x plus 1 feet, what is the length of the room? Parkland?
2x plus 1 feet.
Yes, you had to factor that, and your bonus. What are the dimensions of a cube that has a volume of 1,728 cubic inches? Parkland?
12 inches by 12 by 12.
12 by 12 by 12 is correct. Next toss-up is in history, world history. What is the name of the war between Imperial Russia on one side and Britain, France, Sardinia, and the Ottoman Empire on the other side? Parkland?
The Crimean War.
That lasted from March 1853 to April 1856, and your bonus. During the Crimean War, knitted headgear to cover the whole head, often leaving only the eyes exposed, were sent from England to help its troops in the bitterly cold weather. Taking its name from the site of a major battle, what is this headgear that resembles a ski mask called? Jerry?
A baklava?
Yes, it is balaclava, not baklava. Balaclava. You got it, you got it. Next toss-up is in music. Name the Broadway musical based on a series of poems by American-born British poet T.S. Eliot. Cats. You knew that. Toss-up U.S. geography. The highest and lowest elevations in the contiguous 48 states are located within about 100 miles of one another. In what state are they located? Parkland?
California.
Bonus for 5 points each. What is the highest mountain in California? Jerry?
Mount Whitney.
At 282 feet below sea level. What is the lowest point? Jerry?
Death Valley.
Correct. Toss-up in chemistry. When sulfur is oxidized in an atmosphere of air, what is the reducing agent in the reaction? Banger?
Oxygen.
Parkland? Jerry?
Water.
Sulfur. The next toss-up is in U.S. history. The attack of the British naval frigate Leopard on the American frigate Chesapeake aided in starting what? Parkland?
The War of 1812.
Bonus. What Canadian city was burned during the War of 1812? Jerry?
Quebec City.
It was Toronto. Toss-up in American literature. Walt Whitman's poetry has no regular metrical scheme and no consistent line length. What do we call this type of poetry? Banger?
Free verse poetry.
Yes, Madison, and your bonus. In Song of Myself, Whitman writes, quote, "I am enamored of growing outdoors, of men that live among cattle or taste of the ocean or woods, of the builders and steerers of ships and the wielders of axes and mauls, and the drivers of horses. I can eat and sleep with them week in and week out," end of quote. Typical of his style is this list of objects and images. What is the name of this type of verse? Madison?
Imagery.
It is catalog verse. It's halftime. The halftime score is Parkland 240 and Banger 5. In the first round, we asked the students to tell us something about a mentor or a role model. So let's begin with Bangor. Corinthia?
My role model is Captain America because he's the most patriotic superhero.
Thank you. Let's go on to Eric.
My role model is Wolverine because he can live forever.
Madison?
I would say my role model is Hawkeye because I just really like the bow and arrow.
Brian?
I'd say my role model is Thor because he's a very honorable guy.
Okay, let's go over to Sahil.
My role model is Miss Felikas for helping us win an EPC title.
Thank you. Jerry?
My role model is Mrs. Snyder, my 10th grade U.S. history teacher.
And Yogeshwar?
My role model is Mrs. Steinbach, who's our coach and a great economics teacher.
Thank you. And Brittany?
My role model is Mr. Martin, my world history teacher.
Thank you all. Let's continue with the toss-up in the arts. Multiple choice. Pictured on the monitor is a large painted vase. From the following, name the group of people who created it. A, ancient Greeks, B, ancient Romans, C, Minoans, or D, Etruscans. Parkland?
Ancient Greeks.
Is correct. Bonus, multiple choice. The ancient Greeks created earthenware in only a few basic shapes. The name for this well-known vase is A, crater, B, hydria, C, amphora, or D, calyx. Jerry?
Amphora?
Yes. Toss-up in physics. How will the force of gravitation between two bodies change if both masses are tripled? Parkland?
The force will be increased by 9 times.
Yes. It will be multiplied by 9 times, you said. Bonus. Which law states that natural processes go in a direction that increases the total entropy of the universe? Jerry?
The second law of thermodynamics?
Yes. General geography. What is the largest ocean? Parkland?
Pacific Ocean.
Bonus. The deepest part of the world's oceans is located in the Pacific. Name it. Jerry?
The Mariana Trench?
Correct. Algebra. Expand the expression A plus B. Parkland?
A cubed plus 3a squared b plus 3ab squared plus b cubed.
Yes. Bonus. For what value of C will the equation on the monitor have exactly one solution? Jerry?
1.
Yes, you must make the discriminant equal to 0. Toss up in American literature. This writer of To a Waterfowl, The Yellow Violet, and Thanatopsis has been called the father of American poetry. Name him. It's William Cullen Bryant. Next toss-up is in world history. What name was given to the English royal house that ruled from 1154 to 1485? Parkland?
The House of Habsburg.
Over to Bangor.
The House of Tudor?
It's the Plantagenet. Next toss-up is in language arts, multiple choice. Your teacher asks you to correct a fallacious statement in your paper. From the following choices is the statement: 1, not properly serious; 2, contemptuous; 3, misleading; or 4, frivolous. Parkland?
B.
Is contemptuous. It goes over to Bangor. 2 is not correct. Madison?
C.
C, misleading is correct, and your bonus, multiple choice. You are overcome by ennui. From the following choices, are you overcome by 1, joy, 2, boredom, 3, fear, or 4, hunger?
Which one was that? D? I don't think it's O. C?
Time is up, Madison. It is boredom, ennui. Mathematics. A fair coin is tossed 3 times. What is the probability of no heads? Parkland?
1/8.
Bonus. Answer the following for 5 points each. In the same experiment, a fair coin is tossed 3 times. What is the probability that A, exactly 1 head appears?
3/8.
Jerry?
3/8.
Correct. What is the probability that at least 1 head appears? Jerry?
7/8.
Correct. British literature. The first real collection of short stories in English literature was written in poetry rather than prose. Name the title and author of the masterpiece about a group of characters assembled at an inn. Bangor?
Canterbury Tales.
Elaborate.
No.
Over to Parkland. Sahil?
Canterbury Tales by Chaucer.
Is correct, and your bonus. I had asked for the title and the author. Your bonus is this for 5 points each. In the prologue to the Canterbury Tales, during what month of the year did the pilgrims begin their journey? Jerry?
April.
Yes, and second, how many pilgrims does Chaucer say joined him at the inn? Jerry?
12.
29. Toss up in biology. Which type of blood vessel carries blood away from the heart? Parkland?
Artery.
Yes. Bonus. The major artery exiting the heart is the aorta. It carries oxygenated blood from which of the 4 chambers of the heart? Jerry?
The left ventricle.
Yes, left ventricle is correct. Toss up in world history. What powerful Muslim sect overthrew the Shah of Iran in the late 1970s? Parkland?
The Ayatollahs.
Bangor? Shiite. Toss up in mathematics. Consider rectangle ABCD on the monitor. Find the coordinates of point D, given that the coordinates of A are -2, 1, the coordinates of point B are... Parkland?
-2, -3.
Will you repeat that, please?
-2, -3.
Yes, you are correct. And your bonus is this for 5 points each. Find the coordinates of point D and E, which are the midpoints of the sides AB and AC of the triangle on the monitor. The coordinates of A are 2K, 2L, and the coordinates of B are 2M, 0. I want the coordinates of D and E. Jerry, of D.
KL.
And of E.
K plus M, L.
Are correct. Toss up in world geography. The cool climate on plateaus in one African country is conducive to growing coffee and tea. Name that country. Parkland?
Ethiopia.
Bangor? Madison? Kenya is correct, and your bonus. For 5 points each, which African country is the world's largest producer of both gold and diamonds?
Somalia.
Madison?
Somalia.
It is South Africa. And second, which country, the first in sub-Saharan Africa to gain independence from European rule, is well known for the cocoa grown in its rainforests? Madison?
Congo.
It is Ghana. World literature. Many authors have created memorable families in their novels. What English author created the memorable Bennett family of 5 Parkland?
Jane Austen.
Bonus for 5 points each. Name this American author who created the March family of 4 girls who are raised in genteel poverty by their mother, while their father serves as an army chaplain in the Civil War. That is Louisa May Alcott. And the second part. Name the Swiss author of the Swiss Family Robinson, in which a minister, his wife, and 4 sons are shipwrecked on an island but successfully construct a new life for themselves.
Cruise.
Jerry?
Cruise.
John Vees. Next toss-up is in mathematics. In the diagram on the monitor, the exterior angle at B has a measure of 100 degrees. If triangle ABC is isosceles with AB equal in length to AC, how many degrees are in angle A? Bangor?
20.
Correct, and your bonus. A circle is inscribed in a square. If the area of the circle is 64 pi, what is the length of a diagonal of the square in simplified terms? You still have time. Madison?
12 pi.
It is 16 times radical 2. The contest is over. The final score is Parkland 380, Bangor 20. Our thanks to Bangor for participating. Congratulations to Parkland High School. We'll see you for a second round later in the season. Thank you for watching and supporting these excellent students. Please join us next week for another contest on Scholastic Scrimmage.
Scholastic Scrimmage is brought to you by the members of PBS 39 and by
Scholastic Scrimmage is sponsored by St. Luke's University Health Network, the region's leading provider of medical education. For more than 100 years, St. Luke's has been dedicated to educating physicians, nurses, and healthcare professionals. To learn more, call St. Luke's InfoLink, toll free at 866 St. Luke's, or visit sluhn.org.
Support for PBS 39's educational programming is provided by the Deluxe Corporation Foundation, proud to support quality programming on PBS 39.